It looks like Hangar 13 might be in trouble. As some of you know, Hangar 13 is the developers of Mafia 3, which released 5 years ago in 2016, as well as Mafia Definitive Edition, which came out last year. This is coming from Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg. Take-Two's 2K cancels $53 million game from Hangar 13. Take-Two Interactive Software Inc.'s 2K Games has canceled an unannounced project from developer Hangar 13, according to people familiar with the decision. The company, in its earnings statement Wednesday, said it had taken charge of $53 million for ending, quote-unquote, further development of an unannounced title in its pipeline. The project, which was codenamed Volt, had gone through multiple iterations since it was first conceived. The current version struggled due to reboots, technological hiccups, as well as challenges caused by the bug, said the people who asked not to be identified because they were not authorized to speak publicly. The game, which had been in development in various forms since 2017, was set to feature superheroes competing in online gameplay. It was set to be a new intellectual property for Hangar 13, but 2K executives didn't see it as worthwhile investment because of the amount of time needed in development before it could become a finished product, the people said. Employees of Hangar 13, which is also owned by Take-Two, is based in Novato, California, will meet Thursday to discuss the next steps for the studio. Take-Two didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. This article from Kotaku, Take-Two cancels unannounced $53 million game by Hangar 13. Developers of the studio behind Mafia 3 face uncertainty after sudden cancellation of Volt. Take-Two revealed in its earnings call that the investors had canceled a $53 million unannounced project. Sources tell Kotaku that the game was intended to be a live service, third-person action game in the vein of Destiny, developed by Hangar 13 called Volt. The decision to cancel it took some developers at studio by surprise and comes with worries about possible layoffs. Quote, while the Hangar 13 name Volt's working title are not being shared publicly, Take-Two announcing today that 2K had made a difficult decision to stop development on this project. According to studio head and founder Hayden Blackman, wrote in an email to staff, according to a copy viewed by Kotaku, I know this likely comes as a shock, but I wanted you to hear it from me first and provide some context. Blackman wrote that despite the high tests internally, Take-Two had determined that the cost of development amidst the current industrial challenges would not make this commercially viable. We are confident that there are many opportunities for Hangar 13 employees to work on other games in development, both at Hangar 13 as well as across the label. 2K has also assured me that the company believes Hangar 13 can deliver a critical and commercial success, and we will begin developing a future project soon. As first reported by Bloomberg, by the way, we did go over the Bloomberg article as well as Kotaku. Articles linked below in the description section. As most of us know by now, Vault had been in development since 2017. Sources told Kotaku that one of the unique aspects of the three-player co-op game was tech that could see enemies combined together into more challenging foes. The action was described as arcadey, with tank, healer, DPS roles, lots of transversal. The codename was short for Voltron. Bruh. The project's cancellation affects close to 200 people, sources told Kotaku. Hangar 13 was established by 2K Games in 2014 and announced Mafia 3 a year later. The game released in 2016 but didn't reach the Metacritic score or sales figures the parent company Take-Two had hoped for. The studio had expected to make Mafia 4, but those plans were canned. Instead, it began work on a new IP called Rhapsody. Kotaku reported that back in 2018, the project was never materialized. Today, it appears Rhapsody eventually morphed into Volt. So I guess Rhapsody wasn't completely shelved. It's just that they took what they built with Rhapsody and they, transported it over into Volt. But after $53 million in production since 2017, Volt has officially been canceled. As a result of those struggles, the studio went through layoffs in 2017 as well as 2018. A meeting set to take place on Thursday to discuss the studio's future, with many of its developers still working remotely due to the pandemic. Publisher 2K Games did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Once again, both articles linked below in the description section, and of course my thoughts are with everybody that works at Hangar 13. I've been covering their games since the official announcement of Mafia 3 back in 2015. From 2015 all the way to the launch of Mafia 3 a year later in October 2016, over 5 years ago. I played through it, I reviewed it, I streamed through Mafia 3, I even gone back and played through Mafia City of Lost Heaven as well as Mafia 2 a few times. And I covered Mafia Trilogy along with the Mafia Definitive Edition last year, all the way up to launch of Mafia Definitive Edition. And I've streamed through Mafia Definitive Edition 3 times now, 2 times last year, and of course recently for the 1-year anniversary of Mafia Definitive Edition. And I feel really bad for everybody that's working at Hangar 13 right now. Their jobs are on the line. And I hope that meeting goes well for everybody that works at Hangar 13. There's currently 4 studios. Novato, California is the main studio. Then they have 2 studios in the Czech Republic, Brno as well as Prague. I hope I pronounced Brno correctly. And Brighton in the United Kingdom. And this is going to affect all 4 studios of Hangar 13, as well as the future of the studio and potentially the future of Mafia 4 if they ever make Mafia 4. Now, it's quite possible that they have others working on a potential Mafia sequel or prequel to the Mafia franchise, and I hope that's the case. And if they are, I hope it turns out to be a success, and I'll definitely cover that if it's ever announced and ever released. Obviously, I would play that because I'm a huge Mafia fan. But at the same time, this news is very concerning, not only for the fate of the Mafia franchise, which is currently under Hangar 13, but for the fate of the studio itself, as well as everybody that works at Hangar 13 at all 4 studios. So right now, my thoughts are with each and every one of you. I hope that this turns out for the best for each of you. And worst case scenario, I hope you're able to find new jobs at other studios quickly and efficiently. But damn, $53 million just gone like that. I mean, I realize Take-Two makes tons of money off of Rockstar games, specifically selling shark cards through GTA Online, as well as the NBA 2K series and a few other games as well. But yeah, that's a lot of money to the average person, $53 million just gone like that. Plus all the long hours and hard work that the development teams at Hangar 13 put into Vault. I guess it was formerly Rhapsody. So they had spent several years from 2017 all the way up till now, like basically, I guess you could say, 4 or 5 years working on this game. And all that hard work is just gone in a flash. And sadly, I get the feeling that there probably will be layoffs at Hangar 13. I hope that's not the case. I hope Hayden Blackman finds a way to secure most of the jobs of his employees, getting them working on other projects at Hangar 13. Perhaps they had something else that they're working on besides Vault. At least I hope that's the case. And maybe he'll get some of them transferred over to other 2K studios. But at the same time, it absolutely does suck. Not just from all the hard work and dedication that's been put into this game, but also from a financial point of view for 2K as well as Take-Two. And it's definitely not going to help the situation at Hangar 13, because I feel like there will be employees that will sadly lose their jobs because of this. But I hope they eventually land on their feet, and I hope they find new work down the road. Obviously, I'm also concerned with the future of Hangar 13 itself. I'd like to believe that Take-Two and 2K accept that sometimes L's happen when it comes to making video games. But, you know, studios have been shut down and folded before. And if that happens to Hangar 13, then everybody at all 4 studios, from the top with Hayden Blackman all the way down to the bottom, they're all out of work. I hope they all get new jobs. Obviously, a lot of Mafia fans would be concerned about the fate of Mafia if Hangar 13 went under, because who would take over the Mafia IP? Would it be given over to Rockstar? Or would it be given to another 2K studio? Or like so many other previous IPs that are probably owned by Take-Two and 2K, would it be simply put on the shelf, never to see the light of day again? But hopefully, along with everybody at Hangar 13 still managing to keep their jobs, maybe future successful projects at Hangar 13, or at the very least finding new work in the industry somewhere else if they have to. And here's hoping that the Mafia franchise also manages to survive. Your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding the current situation at Hangar 13, the $53 million put into Rhapsody, Vault, and now all that is gone. And unfortunately, a lot of employees at Hangar 13's jobs are currently on the line, possibly along with the fate of the Mafia franchise itself. Your thoughts, your views, your opinions, as always, welcome below in the comments section.